しくても泣いたりしない。君が悪いなんてずいぶんひどいことをおっしゃいますね。醜い中身をと生んだのはあなた方ではありませんか。鏡の向こうの自分は確かに怪物そのもので、とても思い出せやしないおめかしの仕上げに、そうだ私を隠しましょう。着ぐるみを通した世界は甘くは高く優しく無痛で頬張り、ふかふかの体を抱きしめた。見えないのにはにかみとなえる呪文は愛してください。無限の息くるみは涙を吸い込み、どんどん重くなる。街角一人つま先で小さく踊ると、あなたがこちらを見て拍手をくれた。
Bantayan mo lang sa MP settings.
Teka, Eric's the streamer, right?
Yeah. Nakimwondering bakit dito tayo sa general.
Eric, don't... Hello everyone! Welcome to the stream of Puro and Colin versus SLV and Pedro. And I am Silo Escaels, and commentating with me is Surf285. Welcome to the stream. And while we're waiting for them to say a word, I guess we could probably dig deep into how you did in qualifiers. So as we're looking through here, we can see that Puro and Colin is seeded 7th, and SLV and Pedro is seeded 10th. So this isn't really too far, but the total score can say something, because Puro and Colin seems to have almost at the 6 million mark, while SLV and Pedro is almost at the 5 million mark. So that's actually a pretty big difference there. So it's very interesting to see how Puro and Colin has the higher Nomad 1. Puro and Colin also has a higher HD1. HR1 would also go to Puro and Colin. It does seem like overall Puro and Colin is the more well-rounded player. Though HD2 is something to take note because Puro and Colin would seed 6th while SLV and Pedro seeded 7th. And that could be something that SLV and Pedro should take note, because even if Puro and Colin overall has the higher seed on basically every map in qualifiers, it doesn't mean that these gaps are going to be too different. You know, look at that title. It does seem like this might be something related to the Japanese Goblin song, but we'll have to see first. I just checked the stream and it is Japanese Goblin. What in the world is this? So it does seem like both of them have the map right now, and that's really important because we'll have to move on with the match if you want to see more action happen in the stream.
これより鬼ヶ島国際鬼サミットを開催いたします。昨年度多くの負傷者を出し、角が欠ける程度の被
Oh, both players are actually ready to start. And we'll have to see first how this warm-up goes. I believe it's a 4.8 star. And I'm not entirely sure if this is hard enough to be, to be a part of the round of 14, I believe. Though it does seem like the star rating kind of compares really with the general star rating of this pool.
I mean, to be fair, there are players that like tend to warm up with stuff that are as difficult as the pool, but there are also players that like to warm up with hard stuff.
Yeah, that's true, and this is also the time to meme, and that's where Japanese Goblin comes in. And by the way, welcome again, Surf285 to the commentary booth.
Well, hopefully my laptop doesn't die mid-commentary.
I hope as well, because right now, look at that accuracy differences. It's very close. I think they're like literally identical.
They're literally identical. We have to note that if a person misses a droplet, they will be losing accuracy. So this is technically just catch everything as you could. Puro and Colin actually with the advantage here in this warm-up. So Pedro getting a miss a bit earlier.
Ooh, I think Puro and Colin had a droplet miss there. Do you call them droplet miss or something? Or they just didn't catch a droplet? Oh, as I say that, they both dropped combo.
Well, yep, and well, from my very rudimentary knowledge of catch and based on what Lob and the others have been telling me, this scoring here is very much reliant on the combo. So we'll have to see who holds on. I mean, this is the 7th versus 10th seed from the qualifier. Puro and Colin did very well. Same for SLV and Pedro for the seeding round. But I guess based on what we're seeing, Puro and Colin might be having quite a upper hand in this match.
I agree, and like I actually checked the qualifier statistics and I did mention it before you came in. But it does seem like Puro and Colin has the advantage in every pick with the exception of like, well, it's all an advantage, but I mean the gap isn't too big. Like how HR1, Puro and Colin is 6th, and SLV and Pedro is 8th. We also have HD2, where Puro and Colin is 6th, and SLV and Pedro is 7th. And DT2, where it's 7th and 9th for Puro and Colin, and SLV and Pedro respectively. The rest of them are usually like a 4 or 3 rank gaps. So that has to be something both of these players have to take note of.
But here's the thing, qualifier codes do not usually tend to follow whatever's in the pool right now. I'm pretty sure somebody in the Maple selection team would confirm that, but they cannot tell.
Well, usually qualifiers usually like are difficult, like in terms of difficulty at least they're usually testing the middle ground. Like let's say quarterfinals or something. That's usually how it works, and this is definitely not quarterfinals.
I mean, for the most part, easier pools tend to favor whoever's like in the lower skill level. At least they have the opportunity to upset like the better player. But like a better player is expected to be quite consistent in these kind of things.
That is true. I mean, to be fair, seeds aren't really the whole story. Upsets are really bound to happen, but like what you said, this is the best place to do it.
I mean, we did have an upset yesterday, which was unfortunately unstreamed. We had Arwab sweeping Hyperdream. Hyperdream, the higher seeded player in that match.
Well, to be fair, that is seeded 8th and 9th, so that's kind of like...
Yeah, they're close.
But it's still a seed upset.
It's technically an upset.
And why is there a break? It seems like the map's already over. But like
I don't know. There might be a spinner at the end.
Okay, but yeah. Well, we get to like enjoy this wonderful view, the majestic view of the Japanese goblin,
Suika
Ibuki. Yeah, Suika Ibuki. Well, I guess that's what the purpose of this is, just for the streamers to have a view. There we go.
Okay.
Oh,
it's just one fruit.
Just
one fruit.
Yeah, they really want us. They really love to see the Japanese goblin, so they decided, oh, let's add this little bit. Oh well, looking at the scores, 7 to 54 misses. I think is how you read that, or is it 346 to 343? I can't really tell.
346, 343, respectively.
Oh, then what's the 7 and 54?
Those are combo ticks, if I'm not mistaken. I guess somebody else can confirm.
But yet that is the first warm up.
So the second warm up, we're just waiting.
And I believe it's like, okay, well we'll have to wait first. But like, let's see. This is going to be Puro and Colin's warm up, I think, because that was Pedro's warm up a while ago. Especially
Well,
that.
I just hope that whoever's refereeing right now doesn't forget that this is a catch tournament, not a major tournament.
I really hope as well. Wait a minute.
Because you put it three. You put it three. MP map ID 2.
Oh my goodness. Well, this is what you get if your staff is literally from other modes.
Well, while we're waiting while we're waiting to sort that out, if you want to show your support to both of these players, go show them on chat.
Yeah, just show them a
Chat,
chat. That this chat. Unfortunately, I don't think this is on YouTube. Previously, like at least for Romanian nationals, we would use YouTube, but right now we will be having a change of platform.
I mean, we went back on Twitch during the standard nationals last year, and we'll be continuing that. But at some point, we will be archiving all of the streams to YouTube, so you'll see them there. But the chat won't be preserved anymore, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, that's true. But still better to have. It's better to have these than the actual match than none.
So I
right?
think we're waiting for some development.
Yeah, we are just waiting for them. It seems like both of them are already ready, so we'll have to see first.
There we go. I think they're starting their second warm up.
Oh,
And
yeah.
this is a Filipino Vocaloid song. Very famous.
Filipino pride, by the way. Especially we're in the OSUPH tournament. You might as well just use a Filipino song for warm up. I don't think this has copyrights actually, especially that the creator of the song, I think, publicized it on YouTube.
Oh, here we. Ooh, that was a very rough start for Pedro.
It is very rough. I mean, Puro and Colin does have the accuracy advantage, same with combo, so that's actually a big benefit on their side. This isn't too long of a map as well, 1 minute and 39 seconds, and that's another drop from Pedro.
It does appear that Pedro did miss a few of those hyper dashes, which might have caused like some movement issues with their capture. Puro and Colin still carrying the 97% accuracy, but they have to know this is warm up. No implications yet on the match.
So, remember the ranking screen a while ago, Surf? I believe that was actually 7 misses to 54 misses because the bottom, I think, is how many is like the droplets, and the green is like the ticks that you mentioned. So, I guess that's something we have to take note of. But right now, Pedro is racing that accuracy, but Puro and Colin is as well.
And it doesn't appear that Puro is actually starting to pull away from Pedro, and here we go with some spinner action here.
Did Pedro already miss? It seems like they're full comboing this.
As you said that,
That's another drop. These, would you say dashes or something? These fruits that you have to dash for? That's a really difficult thing, and I think that's a very clean score from Puro and Colin. I think they're gonna secure the... Oh, not a full combo. That's 3 misses to 23. That's actually a big difference. And I believe we'll be going to the rolls.
here we go for the picks and bans. So I think we'll have to tell our streamer to go to the map full screen so we can see what's in the option. But anyways, rules for the picks and bans here. Whoever wins the roll will be getting first pick automatically. Whoever loses gets the first ban.
You know, I was about to ask something, but it was like Mania related, and it's not Catch the Beat related at all, so I won't say it. Though, anyways, 93 for Pedro, while 21 for Puro and Colin. That's a big difference in terms of the rolls here.
Doesn't mean that Pedro is favored by the orange here, so Pedro will be getting the first pick, so we'll have to wait for Puro's ban first.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, straight to bans already. So we will be... I am not really so certain what they are gonna ban, but I guess they could ban maybe a Nomad.
I mean, here's the thing. Again, we have to note the pools aren't necessarily aligned to their qualifier counterparts. So NM1 in round of 16 might not be NM1 during the qualifier. So we have to take note of that. So I guess based on the largest difference in scores, we might be seeing some mod bans in this phase.
And Puro and Colin is gonna be banning HR1. I think it makes sense considering that Puro and Colin and Pedro's gap in the qualifiers are pretty close. But again, qualifier scores are not going to be reflecting too much in round of 14.
I mean, if the warm-ups are kind of indicative, it might... Puro and Colin is kind of comfortable anyways, and we are seeing NM4 being banned by SLV and Pedro.
Well, given that this is the pace of the match, I feel like Puro and Colin might want to try some of the Nomad picks, and Pedro could probably go for the mods more.
I mean, you can't really go wrong with no mod, I suppose. I mean, the no mod pool is kind of structured to have differing skill sets anyway, so I guess Pedro might just be uncomfortable with it, no mod 4.
Well, that's true, but actually, Pedro is going to go with Hidden 1. And if I am not mistaken, Hidden covers the bottom part of Catch, and you'll only get to see the half of the fruits above.
Yeah, it's basically like being hidden, but the cover doesn't move, if I'm not mistaken. Anyone could correct me there.
Well, yeah, in Mania, I believe there's a certain combo cap which will make the notes hidden at the very top.
300, 600, and 900. And then after 900, it will go back down to 600.
Ooh, that's interesting.
But for hidden in hidden catch. If I'm not mistaken, it stays static at where it is. And for Taiko, if I'm not mistaken, it's static as well. Emily could confirm that for me actually.
Yeah, I don't think it moves at all. To like when I play hidden, I don't really think it moves. There is no isn't is Faden only existent in Mania?
Yeah, I think so. But anyways, let's focus on the match here. Puro and Colin getting a very early miss. SLV and Pedro holding a full combo, actually 100%ing.
Oh, that's another drop for Puro and Colin. Pedro is managing those fruits very well. It's very evident that they have practiced the map a lot, but as I say that, it's
Well,
gonna be a drop.
well, it's not really that much of a draw for SLV and Pedro though, because they're still getting 99% accuracy, or I should say 99% capture rate. Puro and Colin struggling with some of these stream-like patterns here coming off a hyper dash.
Hyper dashes can be difficult if you are not prepared. And luckily, Puro and Colin's HP might have dropped, but there is the no-fail mat, so we will not be seeing any fails in here. Meanwhile, Pedro sticking to that combo like it's nothing.
Yeah, Pedro disappeared there. Well, never mind, but like that's still a very fairly clean. I mean, it's not really that much of a clean drop anymore since they dropped to 97%. But anyways, Pedro does appear that they're more comfortable. But oh, this is interesting.
Oh, the athlete's gonna go to Puro and Colin. Overtime.
But you have to know, combo scoring.
Oh, as you say,
There's
come
a
on,
score
that's
gap.
Pedro's drop. Pedro drops again because Puro Colin is going to be gaining the lead and the accuracy advantage. That's a turn of events, but it's not over yet. Still the first third of a map. There's still more to come.
More to come indeed. And if Puro and Colin has to hold on to whatever they're holding on to now, because it does appear that Pedro is comfortable with this pick, so we could see something anytime soon.
These players seem to have stabilized more in terms of the combo. That break probably helped them in terms of calming down. Well, I'm not sure what the combo cap in catch is. Isn't it like around 200?
Well, I'll have to ask catch players about that in a few. Apologies about us being suboptimal. We're Mania players, we're just helping out.
Exactly, we are just major players helping out. But in the meantime, these two players are helping themselves through staying in their combo range. But unfortunately,
Oh, a double miss. A lobby reset.
Another reset.
But a lobby reset does favor the one who has the lead. So Puro and Colin will be holding on to that lead for now. As I said that they drop combo again, and SLV Pedro does have the opportunity to close that advantage. I mean to close up that gap.
So Puro and Colin has to drop once more, and oh, I received news that the combo cap is 200 plus. So I think that means the 200 is the combo cap.
Well, Pedro has to hold on to that combo if they want to close up that gap. I mean, it's just 11,000 something point.
A while ago, it was 17,000, so it decreased. And not only that, but look at that accuracy difference. It's really close. Basically, nothing. As I said, that's another drop from Pedro.
No.
That is not really looking good at all. Puro and Colin still holding onto that.
Oh man, that's
another
unfortunate.
drop.
Now here's a question: does Pedro have enough time to catch up? There's a quarter of the map left. Oh my gosh, I'm so used to you saying chart.
Yeah, you'll have to hope for Puro and Colin to drop twice. Oh, as I said,
there you
that's
go.
one. That's the first one. But Pedro took it back.
Pedro traded. Now you have to ask: is there enough time for Pedro to catch up? Because this lead is pretty big.
It is big. I don't think any drop from Colin is gonna matter. There's basically no time left because Pedro is gonna be losing this point, and I think it's a break point to start the match.
Oh man, it does look like Pedro did have a very good start, just messing up at the middle to the end of the map. And Puro and Colin getting a pretty comfortable point here.
That's roughly 61k gap. Oh, so 51k gap rather. Oh wow, look at those miss counts. 16 misses to 19 misses. And they were equal in terms of the droplets and the ticks. So anyway, it makes you wonder what Puro and Colin go for. Oh, Nomad 3!
Nomad 3. Somebody in the catch community could probably help us. What does this mean?
Well, the only thing I know is that you cannot use any mods here. That's the only thing I'm sure of.
No mods, more like forced enough. But I mean, according to the rules, that's it.
So it's just force no fill. So I believe both of these players are probably readying up for this one. We'll just have to see how long it takes.
Also, shoutouts to FL Camo and Yukina Meng for the overlays we're seeing in the laser client. Though we are having a, I mean, we do still need to modify the laser client because there are some stuff in here that needs to be changed, especially the score display at the bottom. But we'll work on that over the week.
I mean, yeah, this design is really neat. I mean, it's important to have. It's really nice to have a very unique design in general. So even when it's flaws, it doesn't really matter. But what does matter is that both of them are gonna be having a really strong start, sticking with that 100%.
Now, here's the thing about catch. There is a possibility that we'll be seeing players die, but I don't think that will happen because Pedro did miss quite a few fruits there.
That's actually a huge gap. Oh, that's gotta be bigger now because that's another drop. Those hyper dashes seems to be getting Pedro so much.
I mean, it's not really hyper dash. It's more like just missing some inputs, I suppose.
Well, I'm not really sure the specifics of like the hitboxes, but it seems like SLV and Pedro is missing them just a tiny bit, while Puro and Colin is very, very precise on their one.
Holding on a double S.
Yeah, this is one of their strengths, and wow, I can see why Pedro chose to ban one of the nomads. These patterns are not phasing Puro and Colin at all, while Pedro has clearly dropped a lot right now.
It might be possible as well that Pedro isn't that comfortable with AR9. I mean, just noticed that Nomad are pretty much above. Like, this is AR 9.2. The other Nomad was AR 9.1. The other is 9.2, and then the band was 9.3. Might be possible that with that. But Puro and Colin did drop their double S a few moments earlier. So we are not going to be seeing a double S, but this is still a very impressive score.
Yeah, the thing is, if you drop a droplet or something that is going to drop your double S, and that's another example of that, as Pedro's been missing. But Puro and Colin, will they hold on to the full combo? I think that is one, and here we go with the spinner. That is a dominant win for Puro and Colin. 400,000 points. 40 misses to none. That is insane.
Well, that is a very. I think that's the first full combo we've seen in this entire match, including warm-ups.
Yeah, Puro and Colin did mistress in the coma map. Though, if there's something to take note, Pedro has to pick some of the easier maps in the pool because I feel like while Puro and Colin did full combo this one, the across the line seems to be less, how do you say this? Less variance and less technical. You could say it's more straightforward. And maps that are easier in general could be something that Pedro can take. But you really want to avoid stuff that you are not able to do properly.
So I think it does appear that we might be seeing a modded pick again.
Well, we'll have to see first what Pedro will decide. Wo-
I mean, if the AR theory would work from earlier, I guess Hidden 3 might work because it's on AR8. Illusion of Inflict is on AR9, and I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not a cash player, so Pedro does have the call here, whatever they're comfortable with.
Well, if you're talking about ARs, wouldn't ray tuning, that's DT3, wouldn't that also be kind of a thing? Because it's AR 7.8 after all. But we'll have to see. Oh, I think when they say hold, do you think that's probably like a tactical timeout or something?
I mean, I guess as a tactical timeout might be a backroom break as well. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, you do need all the breaks that you can have. So there is the timer. Well, speaking of which, I kind of want to discuss what we've seen in this match so far. Oh, well, that's really quick.
I guess, uminom na tubig. Ganun lang siguro.
Oh, DT3. I guess. Oh, that's what it was. Wasn't that the map I was talking about a while ago? Ray tuning. I was discussing how the AR in that specific map was like 7.8, and since it's one of the lower ones, you may want to try stuff like that.
Oh no, was
Wait
that
a
an
minute.
Amogus?
Wait a minute. Was that an Amogus?
Was that an Amogus?
Wait a minute.
Harry, what are you doing? No!
Wait a
It's,
minute.
anyways, we have to note, the stuff in the spreadsheets, as far as I know, do not reflect their modded, stats. I mean, ray tuning is at AR8.
I see.
AR 7.8, so scaled with double time. I forgot how to do the math. It should be just below AR9. Somebody correct me about that, or just above AR9. Or I am spewing out BS and I don't know why.
Well, I have no clue what the math is, and my brain is kind of too fried enough for math. So we'll just have to see how this one goes.
Anyways, also, we have to note, since this is a double time pick, they are allowed to use hidden if they choose to.
But are they gonna choose? Oh, I don't think anyone's gonna choose hidden. So the both of them will be sticking to the regular catch the beat visuals, and it does seem like it's 9.53 and AR9 according to like Rusty, Roydo, and Steven. They did mention it's 9. Oh no, Pedro is not in a good position, but Colin is gonna miss.
But look at the catch rate between these two players. It's a fairly sizable difference.
Oh, that's not looking good at all. The AR difference is getting to Pedro, but Colin is sticking to that. Yeah, I'll be honest here. I was not expecting this huge of a difference.
Maybe there's another miss from Puro, but it's still a very, very big difference.
Oh, that's what I
Like-
was about to say, that this is the time for Pedro to catch up, but Pedro has been missing a lot, even if Puro's been missing too.
Puro did miss some input on that stream, but it doesn't really matter. Because for Pedro to catch up, they have to amass combo and like this whole Puro keeps on missing and drop accuracy as well, which is just not happening as it stands.
They are dropping some, but Pedro is dropping more, and the accuracy advantage will go to Pedro. But to Puro and Colin. But the gap is closing, but it's way too late to call. Honestly, Puro is gonna take this
And they are at match point.
match point. That's very unfortunate. Ooh, the miscount. I think that is more than double Puro and Colin's. So this is 3-0. It's not over yet. Not over yet, but not a good position to be in if you are SLV and Pedro. Hey, Taupe. Oh, wait, that's Tope. My bad, I pronounced Tope as Taupe.
Oh, I guess that's what we should call Taupe from now on.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, because I remember a Mania player. There's a Mania player named Taupe Daddy.
Oh my god, Taupe.
So we Taupe Daddy.
Taupe
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
We're so sorry.
It's Taupe. And we're going to go with Noma too over the period for Puro and Colin.
And like I think this is Puro just taking advantage of Pedro's I guess inability. I mean, I think inability might be too strong. Or like how do you, I forgot the word for it. It's in the tip of my tongue.
Wouldn't you just say that Puro and Colin will have the advantage, as for a better word?
Taking advantage of Pedro's Pedro not being adept this pool, or with the difficulty of this pool, I guess. I think that might be the better word for it.
Yeah, that would be a better word for that. And wow, so the pace of the match went really quickly as Puro and Colin took 3 points in a very convincing manner. Let's see if this pick will be any different from what we've seen so far.
Well, we'll have to see. But in case Pedro just suddenly gets the form that they need, there's still a possibility for this to go to tiebreaker, but it's super unlikely. And Pedro has to be in their best form. Like, we just have to note, even in a match point scenario, you are not safe until you get the winning point. Anything can still happen, but as it stands, Puro and Colin does have the advantage going to this map.
That is true. I really think that when you get into match point, you should not let down, because the momentum of the match can switch really quickly.
We have seen that so many times in other tournaments. We can name quite a few of them.
I mean, okay, I guess I can probably talk about how... Oh! That's a huge...
Oh my god!
The doors are open for Pedro to take this point! They may have dropped a droplet, but Colin dropped a lot of fruits! Oh, there is it. There is the miss, but it's not gonna be enough, I think. Never mind.
And the lead goes back to Puro and Colin as Pedro keeps on missing these fruits.
Yeah, but the accuracy lead is gonna go to Pedro by 1%, and that's another drop! That's a huge one! Pedro still has the doors to take this one!
And you have to know, this is a very short map as well, so anything could happen at this moment. Pedro gets another miss. Puro and Colin managed to get a gap, but this is quite uncomfortable still.
Yeah, but the accuracy is gonna go to Pedro, so any drop from Puro and Colin is going to swing it back.
Puro and Colin amassing combo here and is catching up to the accuracy very fast to Pedro. And Pedro drops another, and I think that will be Puro and Colin getting a very big lead. Pedro gets another drop, and this might be it.
Might be it, but still, we still have a quarter left. Puro and Colin will have to multiple drops, and that's the first one. Pedro has to hope for more and hold that combo. The accuracy lead is basically tied right now. It's not
But Puro and Colin has to mess up royally.
Oh, I think that should do it. That is the nail in the coffin for Pedro. Another one that should seal the deal for Puro and Colin.
And Puro and Colin will be advancing to the quarterfinals in the winners bracket. SLV and Pedro will be relegated to the losers bracket next week and will be fighting for their lives next weekend.
Wow, that was a 5 miss difference only. It makes you wonder if they kept if the misses were like equal, I feel like this could have been Pedro's point, but we will never know. But what we do know is that this is 4-0. Puro and Colin wins this match, but Pedro fought really hard to get to almost win.
Oh man, like if this didn't have no fail, look at Puro.
Yeah, that
HP drop was pretty brutal.
Yeah, Pedro would have won this on the.
I mean, it's not necessarily that Pedro would have won this, but that HP drop is still recoverable, yes, but like it's something we have to note. And there we go, the confirmation of Puro and Colin winning this match. Apologies about the avatar being off center. We'll fix that, by the way.
You didn't have to mention that, Serve 2. But it is offset at the center, but like, yeah, we will fix this.
And that will be it for this block. We will still have one more match to stream at 5 p.m. tonight, this afternoon. So we'll be back by then. Ellie, please.
Ellie, please.
Anyways, we'll be back at 5 p.m. So until then, this is Archer85 in the commentary booth alongside with Silvesca Els. Apologies if we're a bit suboptimal, but I think this will do.
Yeah, this will do, considering that we're from a different mode. But anyways, hope that you enjoyed, and hope that you will be back to watch one of more matches.